I may have just found one of the most horrible forts in all of Shadow of War, filled to the brim with orcs that look like this. All of the orcs, fully trained, necromancers, most of them with no chance, and a few of them have the trait which I hate the most, Spider Summoner.
Nightmare, 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 nightmare.
One of these orcs even acts in such an unnatural way that I am convinced something has gone horribly wrong when he was being trained. But can I beat a fort like this filled with absolute monsters? This palace dedicated to orc perfection belongs to a member of my Discord named Nano. He's a very well-known orc trainer, and he tells me this fortress is absolutely horrible. And even though his username looks like this, his fortress must be taken seriously. It literally could be hell on Middle-earth. And what better place to do it than Gorgoroth? If you guys would like me to raid your forts, then leave a comment down below. Put your PlayStation username, the region you want to be raided in, and I guess it wouldn't help if you put a reason for why I should raid it. Do you have horrible orcs like this? Or do you have nice, unique, runty orcs that I'd love to take a look at? Let me know in the comments, guys. And also, you might as well subscribe, like the video, and give me all of your delicious hype points. But seriously though, consider subscribing. If you don't, you know, I guess it's okay. But you might as well if you like these videos. Wait, what? There's spiders up here? What the? Oh my god, there's so many. Wow, I hate them. I can't believe there were spiders up there. Smashing on into the first point, I come face to face with these horrors immediately. This is absolutely terrifying, knowing that with any strike I could immediately be beaten. And then Nano, one of the orc trainers, gets all the bragging rights. I can't let that happen. At this point, I then realize that I'm actually wearing the wrong armor. I'm only wearing this armor because it looks awesome, but to be effective I need to change to my legendary Outlaw Blackguard armor, for the sole reason that I take 55% less damage from enraged orcs, because based on their stats these guys are going to be enraged pretty much the entire time. I then speak to the first orc, and I am horrified by his name.
Face me? I have the power to raise my fallen brothers! Killing you is nothing in comparison.
Hoglick, my nemesis. I haven't bared eyes on Hoglick the Jaded in a very long time, and my life's been pretty great. Hoglick the Jaded caused me to crash out many times during my Xbox adventures, so I can't imagine how horrible somebody named Hoglick the Cruel is gonna be. Blinded by rage, I continue to fight. But then it happens. These two terrifying orcs hit a deadly combination on me. It begins with Hoglick smashing me with his shield straight into one of these Blight Berserker's axes. This of course downs me, and then whenever I go to hit the last chance I completely miss it, pressing the button early. I don't want to make any excuses for this, but if I was gonna make an excuse, I would say that I'd gotten used to the speed of the last chances by playing on a higher difficulty. For those of you that don't know, online fort raids are locked at normal difficulty. That's why this last chance was going a lot slower than I'm used to. But that's not the real reason why I lost. The real reason why I lost is because I was blinded by rage by that disgusting Hoglick the Cruel. I need my revenge, immediately. I can't let this stand. After respawning I head right back in. I am gonna raid Gonshi's fort if it kills me. Which it actually already has, but this time's gonna be different. He's got my attention now. If you guys saw my last horrible raiding video, whenever I was in that golden fortress, I genuinely locked in. I was insanely surprised that I actually was able to beat it. I was able to reach an amazing state of mind, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get back to that state.
I've lost my mojo!
Diving off my grog, I land straight onto one of the orcs, but of course they are not susceptible to stealth in any way. I then move in and have a chat with the Vile.
Man-Pig thinks he can take our fort! Well, we'll have his heart for supper!
Breaking away from the Vile, I begin to get absolutely peppered by these far side archers. So I teleport myself up to the gate to take care of these annoying lads. Like the video guys if you also find these archers insanely annoying. I believe that creating a very successful fortress defense is actually just making it as annoying as possible. You have to annoy the invading Talion until he makes a mistake, and that's when you get him with the no chance. I begin to focus on Hoglick the Cruel.
Your tricks are nothing compared to what I can do. Fear me and die.
After having a chat and breaking away, I noticed that one of the orcs at the other point is broken. I see this as a vital opportunity to recruit one of these trained lads and turn them against their trainer. Last time I raided one of these fortresses, I wasn't able to recruit a single orc.
You serve me now.
Because they were just enraged the entire time. With Borgir the Conqueror by my side, my confidence was thriving. I then summoned in my bodyguard, Baga the Torturer. This orc was single-handedly responsible for me staying in the raid whenever I raided the horrible golden necromancy fortress in the previous video. He pulled me back from the brink, and now he's gonna help me destroy Nano's disgusting trained orcs. Freaks, abominations, created using unholy methods.
You will feel the sting of my fang. You will feel the burn of my venom searing through every fiber of your body. You will be infused with my corruption.
Just look at this thing. How can it be that strong? Surely these disgusting orc trainers have made some kind of an alliance with Nurgle and the other Chaos Gods. This is all a joke, by the way. Don't slate me on the Shadow of War Discord where everyone takes the game insanely seriously. It's just jokes, guys. Calm down. Or if you don't want to calm down, heading back into the first point, I am amazed to see that my Ghoul Lover has taken out the Vial. The Ghoul Lover isn't particularly a very strong orc. I only brought him along because he brings the vibes. And by vibes, I mean ghouls. But while I'm yapping, I am hit and downed by what looks to be Zun the Vile, even though he was just killed. Who is this orc? Wait, hang on a minute. Something crazy is happening here. We need to go back and take this frame by frame. There's definitely some sort of foul play here. I was joking about these trained orcs being created with witchcraft, but I'm pretty sure that I was just downed by an orc that was already dead. You can see that my Ghoul Lover takes out the Vial. You can then see that his lifeless body with 0 health is on the floor. He then gets up Undertaker style. He gets blasted back to the floor, but then rises up with no weapons in his hand. He then lunges towards me the second the animation stops, with just his fists, punches me and downs me. Health bar still at 0, no weapons in his hands, and apparently being resurrected milliseconds after he was killed. He then pulls out his secret hidden blade and goes in for the kill. I think I need somebody in the comment section to try and figure out exactly what happened here. He is a necromancer, so he could have just resurrected himself, but it happened literally milliseconds after he died. Also, he came back with no weapons, and even right now, he still has no health. I feel like whenever they resurrect themselves, they come back with full health, no? And also, they come back with weapons. So, I feel like this is definitely some kind of a glitch to do with the training that goes on with these orcs. Whenever I was raiding this fort live, I actually didn't notice this. So I just get on with the normal raid as if nothing has happened. But something has happened. There is some foul play here. Do you think that was something crazy? Or do you think, nah, that's just a trained necromancer orc, that's fine? I think it was crazy, but let me know what you think, guys. And also, subscribe to me if you're not subscribed yet. Arriving at the second point, I hit a fire elven light, and then the blight just falls over from pure exhaustion. And then, very sadly, while the orcs continue to fight, Hork, my own Nurgle Plaguebringer, falls in combat. But don't be sad, he goes now to Nurgle's warm embrace. I'm also realizing now that at this point in the fight, the Vile, who resurrected himself and attacked me while I was taking the point, has also seemingly disappeared. Scrubbing back through my footage, it is here, before I even get to the second point where his name blips out of existence. This also makes me think that if the orcs are exposed to this amount of exploits to make them strong, maybe it has other effects on them. Maybe it applies these sort of game-breaking glitches into their DNA. I don't know, I'm not a flipping scientist, but there's something unnatural about these lads. They just give me the heebie-jeebies. I continue to fight as best I can, but I am rattled by that experience. I start weakening down another plague orc, and you can even see him breaking for a split second before he decides he's enraged again. In forts like this, it's basically impossible to recruit any of the orcs. Me and Baga the Torturer begin laying into Hoglick, who is basically his twin. While I'm fighting and making a little bit of progression on this immovable object, Shag the Blight is taken out, and when I pause the screen here, it really looks like he was killed by one of these ghouls. That's another certified confirmed kill for the ghoul lover. The body then explodes in just a mess of everything. Body pieces flying ever. I continue to work on Hoglick, but goddamn is he tough. It's almost like every Hoglick gets a plus 20 to their defense whenever they fight me. They are my nemesis. And you know what else is my goddamn nemesis? These bloody spiders. Hoglick was broken for about 0.2 seconds there. God, I would have loved to have shamed him. I then pause the fight for a brief second while he's mid-stab just to check. Yes, he is horrific. And then mercifully, I'm able to get a clean strike straight into his stomach.
You're already good as dead.
And then I cleave him in half, Darth Maul style. Please don't fall down the garbage chute and then come back with giant spider legs. That would be horrific. But also that would be awesome for the Nemesis system, so actually maybe do that. After taking the point, I am so overjoyed to see an army of spiders and ghouls running along with us. Look at this. Talion is slowly becoming the Forge Master. I want to make an entire army of orcs that just summon in spiders and ghouls. That makes me insanely happy.
Funny little green ghouls got...
I just love the ghouls. Running over to the third point, I hit the perfect jump, hitting the Caragor meat, hitting the hornets, blowing up the Graug, and then smashing on into the fireplace. Absolutely goddamn perfect, lads. It doesn't get much better than that. I'm surprised that these 3 orcs here didn't run away in fear when they saw that.
But it is not life, an endless, pointless cycle. I am consumed and driven by the power of the Witch King.
Ashgarn the Stormbringer. This is definitely one of the cooler orcs in the fortress. Utterly terrifying, looks badass. He's got the Bagabug helmet. My goodness, he is a sight to behold. And he's also terrifying, but I've actually managed to do a little bit of damage there. As I dash into the point, my orc hits a cursed bomb, and then a poison bomb also goes off. And just look at this awesome picture.
Wonderful!
Thank you, Professor Oak. I think so as well. God, just look at the aura he's emitting. It's crazy. I need him. That's more like it. That's how I think they should all sound. If they've been trained and tortured within an inch of their life, like creating a Witcher, then I think they should all sound like that. They should all be deranged and maniacal. I then begin to get swarmed by a horde of spiders here. I hate these spiders so much. My God, look at them. Oh, I hate them. Be gone, demons! This might honestly be the best thing about using the hammer. Oh my God, look at the other swarm. They can't even... They're just glitching in. That's horrible. I then begin to focus Ashgarn the Stormbringer before Bugu the Conqueror. Wait, Bugu? Did I just say Bugu? There was never Bugu. I mean Borgu the Conqueror. Apparently he's a bit of a beloved orc in my Discord, so having him join me and betraying Nano and helping me take his fortress is so sweet. You can rest now, nameless one. I'm gonna put you out of your misery. No more will you be training. No more will you have to run on a treadmill to become stronger. Goodbye. Please don't resurrect yourself. Smashing on into the fourth point, I begin to target Luga the Blackheart, who's got some cool sort of light blue paint on him. I then have a nice chat with Og.
And can curse whoever I strike. I can't wait to try it out on you.
I check his stats. Yep, he's a monster. I then begin teleporting and dancing around the point, hitting elven light fire blasts as I go, mostly because I don't really know what else to do. Until muscle memory takes over and I try to hit Og with an execution, only for him to bash me away.
Won't work on me anymore.
Send more orcs to their deaths. I will bring them back.
That's actually quite terrifying. Can that actually happen in the game? I need somebody to comment down below right now. If they killed one of my orcs, would their necromancers be able to bring that orc back during the fort raid to fight me? Because I don't think I've ever seen that. He said all that, and now he's goddamn joining me. There you go, lad. Now you can bring back my orcs to fight for me. After taking the point, I heal my orcs a little bit. I've been doing that during the fort raid, and I think whenever you're fighting horrible forts like this, I think looking after your lads like that and giving them a bit of juice is advisable. Orc and Olog dehydration is a very serious problem in Mordor, and especially in Gorgoroth. Before heading on inside the inner gate, I begin to focus on Og. His health is very low, and he's actually broken. Rather than dominating and shaming him down, I decide that I need to throw him off the ledge. Imagine training an orc for thousands of hours, and then old FAsterisks shows up and then throws him off a small ledge. Come here, Og. Oh my god, what am I doing? I am getting peppered by the archers. Not again. God damn it, I just wanted to throw an orc off a ledge. Where even are these archers? I was getting peppered and there's only one guy up here? What the hell? That is some bullshit. Okay, here's another guy here, but I was getting peppered. Why is there only two guys up here? And of course, Og is enraged again. Of course he is. Fantastic. I guess we're not going to get any ledge throw. But actually, that's going to be the goal of this mission. Obviously, to raid the fortress, but if I can throw an orc off a small ledge, or into a fire pit, then goddamn am I going to do that. But it doesn't seem like I'm going to be able to do this with Og, as I destroy him with my threshing sword. Right then, the wall collapses. I'm going to say the ghouls destroyed it. As I head on round the corner, I just see utter carnage. I decide to smash myself into the fireplace so that more ghouls arrive. I then grab this beautiful red gem because I actually need it, and then I have a chat with the chill.
You're pretty good, but you can't kill my boys, because they're already dead.
After that chat, I begin to get peppered up by this berserker. Thank goodness I've got my anti-enrage armor on. I then run back in and I take the point. At this stage in the fort raid, I don't really care how many orcs there are. I just want to get all of the points taken, and then maybe they'll surrender.
They say you can stand up and walk out of a grave. I'm here to show you that's just a parlor trick.
God, all of these guys have necromancer dialogue. They are just all necromancers, and they are excited to tell me about it. It's like that guy that comes back from his Japan trip and won't stop talking about it. While this guy's bashing me around with his shield, I notice that one of the orcs is broken. Over here in the corner, what is going on over here, lad? You're the one that hit me a second ago. Well, I think you're just about to fulfill a lifelong wish of mine, and that is to throw an extremely high-level trained orc off a small cliff. I think we're about to do it. Or maybe not a small cliff. Maybe actually the lava pit. Oh, this is gonna be so good. No! Don't ruin it for me! Stop cutting away. Here we go. Oh, that felt good. Oh, that was spicy. Oh my goodness. All of my lads are down. I jump back aboard my grog and I sprint on over to the final point, only to see 3 of my orcs on the ground bleeding out. I quickly take it, with hopes that the remaining orcs will give up and surrender themselves. I jump off the grog and I hit a fiery elven light, only to see that 4 of my orcs are now down. I get my legendary Olog back up, but right when I do that, another one bleeds out. I clear away some of the orc grunts, trying to make room to get the other 2 back up. Thankfully, all of the other defending orcs are now running over to the entrance to the throne room, so I'm able to get them both back up. I then run over myself and I have a lovely chat with another Bag of the Torturer copy.
We'll take as many of your boys down with us before we give up this fort!
This seems to be the most common and the most popular look for these highly trained orcs. Unsurprisingly, 2 more of my lads are then downed immediately. But thankfully there's a lot of commotion going on, so I'm able to get them back up. I then dive back into the massive group of orcs and begin trying to land blows. just trying to do something. I then realized that one of my orcs is stuck over here fighting grunts. Begin to clear them out. Come on over here, lad. It's the blue painted guy. Get over there. What are you doing?
Idiots! Savages, idiots!
And just then, Lorm Forgeclaw finally succumbs to his Lou Gehrig's disease. And unbelievably, the rest of the orcs seeing that decide to surrender. 4 captains surrendering like that. These orcs may be trained within an inch of their life, but you can't train bravery. I run over and grab the first Blight orc. I am gonna throw each and every one of these lads into the fiery pit. Goodbye, Plague Bringer. I'm sending you straight to our Lord and Savior, the Balrog. But sadly, whenever I turn back around, the rest of them are gone. They either ran off or they just simply despawned. But either way, I had done it. I had taken the fortress. My lads have been victorious. And now we've only got the small task of beating the throne room. I'm so excited that I'm actively losing my voice in this very second. Let's go see exactly who this lad is. Met with the terrifying presence of the Blight, I checked his stats, and I saw that he had no chance and Spider Summoner, as well as not being a pure rage machine. Clearly this orc was trained from birth to become the ultimate overlord. I begin the raid by running into the throne room a little bit and then summoning in Bag of the Torturer. I take a look at his bodyguards and he's got Prak the Beast Slayer, and you guessed it, no chance throwing knives, and also this horrible looking machine necromancer. He has war banners and also no chance. This truly is a deadly, deadly combination. I start peppering them up with my hammers, but it's really not doing anything. I then run around the side of the throne room trying to isolate the overlord. But that worked against me as I immediately get surrounded by the 2 bodyguards. Terrified and rattled that I took a few hits there, I retreat. I reassess the situation and I see that a war banner orc has just spawned in. So I charge in, ready to hit a threshing sword, but I run straight into the blades of this beast slayer. And of course he's got no chance. He brutally destroys Talion, even taking a bite out of him, Mike Tyson style. I fall to Nano's fortress. But should I hang my head in shame, or should I be proud that I even made it this far? This fortress was filled to the brim with horrible, horrible orcs. I'm just glad that I got to throw 2 of them into a fiery pit. That's my main takeaway here. But I want my revenge, guys. And if you've made it this far in the video, you've got a unique opportunity right now. I want you to leave a comment down below with things that I can do in real life to prepare myself for raiding his fortress again. What can I do to make myself raid forts at a higher level? What can I do? How can I prepare myself? Do I need to make an extremely hot coffee? Do I need to dip my face in ice water? What do I need to do, guys? Leave a comment and I'll, if it's sane enough and doable enough, I will do that for the next video whenever I try to get my revenge on Nano and his horrifically trained orcs and fortress. Alright, cheers lads.
Subscribe for more of that delicious Shadow of War content. Come on, it's probably free to do. And if it isn't, maybe it's worth the money. I don't know. I haven't checked it out yet, but you can trust me. I'm an anonymous voiceover. Those are very trustworthy.